Hi class, welcome to week 5. Are you so excited? You're already making it 1/4 of the way. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this week and then a little bit about next week too. As you can see here, I have already made your week 6 available, and I did this so you can help manage your time wisely with this week into next week. So right now, you should already be almost done with Eat Clean, Live Dirty. I have checked many of your concept maps and they're looking really good. Just make sure that you have recreated the concept map within the wiki and then you have gone and answered the questions, hopefully after all of your team has participated. Some of you have not had experience with wikis, and so I did put this video in here for you, how to create a wiki. So feel free to access that as well. So let's go right into our week 5. So with our week 5, we started with the digestive system, and this chapter is truly foundational. So as we move from here, as long as you understand the foundational component of digestion, and that means the enzymes, what's happening inside the body, for example, chemical mastication and physical mastication occurring in the mouth with the type of enzymes that we have, what's happening within our stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and so on. Obviously, in your Chapter 4 content, you have quite a few videos on this, but from here, we are going to build on these topics. Chapter 5, we're going to talk about carbohydrates and then digestion of carbohydrates and then fats and proteins. And so if there's any piece of Chapter 4 you feel like you're just missing, spend the time now, again, because it's going to be the base of the next 4 chapters we'll discuss. In addition, here you'll see you have an activity. The only thing in your activity that you do not need to focus on for studying the exam is anatomy. And so I'm not going to specifically test you on the different components of the stomach or, where the duodenum is and the small intestine, as long as you understand the physiology of those things. You also have exam 1 this week, so let's open this up. I've tried to give you some clues on how to study. I won't specifically test you on Eat Clean, Live Dirty because that's a lot of information. It'd be hard for you to really study for that. But I could ask you an essay question on this. Now, your exam is, I have about 100 different exams, so every student's going to take a different exam. And I've given you the instructions here. What becomes important to know is once you sit down to the exam, you have to take it. You can't pause it. You can't return. You need to make sure you have a strong internet connection. Your technological issues will not come into play when it comes to your one attempt into completing this exam. You have about a minute a question, and then you have about 8 minutes for the essay. And so you want to plan your time wisely. Technically, sure, it is open book and open note, but if you do approach it like you can look things up, you will run out of time. And so I would reserve trying to attempt to look something up unless it is the one question you just truly don't know. This needs to be completed by Sunday at midnight. Okay, and so that kind of covers everything that you're going to find for this week. And then, of course, you're going to finish your concept maps. And then let's go into week 6 a little bit because this week is going to sneak up on you fast. As always, your Learn Smart for Chapter 5 is going to be due this Sunday because we want that done before we start the work on our week. And then here you'll find everything you would expect to find, your content, but there are 2 assignments that we're going to be doing in this week. I'm going to discuss the sugar assignment next week in my weekly video, but I do want to highlight to you Fed Up, which is a documentary. And in this documentary, you will find a handout that you're going to complete while you're watching the documentary. You can access the documentary right here. And in case this doesn't work, you have to use your CWI login information. Here, you can access it through the library, which instructions for this are right here. I wanted to tell you about this now, even though this is next week's work, just in case you wanted to start on it a little early because you have quite a few things going on next week. Again, all the directions are clearly in the handout, how you would complete all aspects of that handout. And certainly you can email me if you have questions, and then how to access the documentary. Okay, well, that is your week 5 and a little bit of your week 6. So I hope you have a great week and you enjoy the weather, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.